Guys, welcome to my video. All right, so I just want to make this video on this P1605 rough idling code. You guys have this code. It's a frustrating issue because there's going to be a lot of things that you're going to have to look into as far as figuring out this code out. It's a generic code. It doesn't give you a specific thing that's causing this issue. So just watch this video. We're gonna go through what this code is and what causes this code and what you might be able to do to fix your issue with this code. So essentially what happens is if you have this code, it gets stored if the engine speed drops below the set speed, and the set speed is the speed that your car's computer sets it at. So essentially, what you guys can do if you guys actually want to figure out, normally what happens is you will get a check engine light. All right, you will get this code. Now, you could use freeze frame data to actually figure out just to figure out maybe what component of the car system is causing this issue. So basically, what you guys want to look into is, and I'm going to go through the list of what you guys can look into, because it's not the easiest code to figure out. It's not one of those codes that gives you a specific thing to look at. So essentially, there might be a vacuum leak in the air intake system. All right, you guys might want to look at any kind of breaks in the hosing, the vacuum tube hosing. If you guys just fixed your car recently and took some hoses off or whatever, you guys want to make sure that all the hoses were put in. If you guys have older vehicles, you guys want to make sure that the hoses aren't brittle, there's no breaks, etc., etc. And you guys could do a you guys could actually do a smoke test, a simple smoke test. There's videos out there. I've done videos of simple smoke tests you guys can do with vacuum leaks around the engine area. Could be more than the engine area, but you guys can do that test pretty easily. All right, you guys could have a purge valve malfunction, an issue with the purge valve. Now, good thing about this is a lot of times if there's a purge valve, you will get a code for the purge valve. You could have an issue with the brake booster hose. It might not be connected complete properly, or it might have a leak or whatever. And essentially, you might have braking issues, stiffness of the brakes, or if it's not very stiff at all, when you press the brakes, it goes down very easily. If you guys have that associated with it, you guys might want to look at that issue. You might have maybe a mass airflow sensor issue, but to be honest with you, if you guys do have a mass airflow sensor issue, you might probably get a code with this code. It's probably an easy fix for you if that's the case. You could have an engine coolant temperature sensor malfunction. If that's the case, you're going to have weird readings on your temperature gauge. If you guys do have a temperature gauge that is there, if not, you're going to get maybe the little temperature, red temperature icon on your dash. But with this code, you guys want to just associate other symptoms with this code, because that's essentially the easiest way to fix it. You might have a wire harness or connector issue somewhere that's a little bit more difficult to fix. You might want to have to look throughout your engine area. or to see whether there's any wires that are broken or disconnected, etc., etc. You might want to look at the air fuel ratio sensor. Now, essentially, if you guys have an issue with the air fuel ratio sensor, you will get an additional code with that, which is a pretty easy thing to figure out. Maybe power supply circuit, purge valve, fuel injector, ignition coil. Again, if you guys have those issues, you're gonna have misfire codes, etc., etc., which gives you which essentially gives you a better understanding of what might be causing it. Your fuel pump control system, your fuel line might have issues. Obviously, you guys can do tests with that with a pressure gauge. Yeah, that's pretty much a harder thing to try to figure out as far as that problem is concerned with the fuel pump. But you might want to just do a lot more testing as far as the fuel pressure is concerned before you start swapping out the fuel pump, the fuel lines, checking out the fuel lines, filters, etc., etc. Guys may also want to look at the throttle body. A lot of times the throttle body might be dirty. It causes a lot of issues with idling issues. If you're idling, if it's very dirty, it might not get enough air into the engine, and that could cause the problem. Sometimes no air gets into the engine and your vehicle shuts off, etc., etc. Easy thing to do: take the intake hose off, check out the surroundings of the inner surroundings of the throttle body, and if it's dirty, just clean that up. Hopefully that'll fix your issue. It's a very easy fix. Camshaft timing, oil control valve, or knock sensor, or ignition coil. Those things you might want to look at if you guys have a code for it. Again, like I said, this code is a generic code. It's very easy to figure out if you guys have an additional code with it. Essentially, if you just have this code, you might want to look at all these things. But a lot of people who have this code might have all these other codes associated with it. It gives you a better way to investigate the problem. As far as can have a spark plug problem, but you would have misfire codes with that. Air conditioning system might cause this issue, very rarely, but there might be a couple other EGR valve, ECM. Again, this is P1605 is a code that is not the easiest thing to figure out if you guys just have a standalone code. A lot of people actually have that code with multiple other codes. If you have multiple other codes with this, definitely the place to look as far as the fix is concerned is the other codes, that you guys might have with this code. All right, hope this has helped you guys out with trying to figure out what your problem is. If you guys have solved your problem, you guys want to drop a comment video, let us know whether this has helped you guys out or what you guys did to fix your problem. Definitely leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you did, and it might help somebody else out. All right, guys, appreciate your time. Take care, guys.